rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Erby?
Here.
Councilmember Burkett? Councilmember Wassinger?
Here.
Councilmember O'Meara? Here. Councilmember Dolan?
Here.
Councilmember Stanger?
Here.
Councilmember Quinn.
Here.
Madam Chair, we have a quorum.
Thank you. Is there a motion for approval of the journal?
I move for approval of the journal of the meeting of October 8th, 2013.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The journal is approved. We have no bid openings this evening, so we'll move to communications.
Madam Chair, there are no tax compromises this evening, so we'll move to zoning matters. Under zoning matters, item number 1, 6th District.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation.
So ordered.
Item number 2, 4th District.
Same motion.
So ordered.
We have nothing under road and bridge matters this evening, so we'll move to other communications. Under other communications, item number 1, all districts.
Receive and file, and that will be the order.
Item
Same motion for item number 2. And that will be the order.
Item number 3, 7th District.
Receive, file, and county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation.
So ordered.
Item number 4.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation. Same motion for item number 5, and that will be the order.
Item number 6, 2nd and 4th Districts.
Same motion.
And that will be the order.
Item number 7, all districts.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation. Same motion for item number 8, and that will be the order.
Item number 9, 1st District.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and a copy of this report be sent to the city of Ferguson, and that will be the order.
Item number 10, 1st District.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and a copy of this report be sent to the city of Belle Fountain neighbors, and that will be the order.
Item number 11, 7th District.
Receive, file, and county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation.
So ordered.
Item number 12.
Receive, file, and the appointment be approved as requested. Same motion for item number 13.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 14.
Receive, file, and the reappointment be approved as requested.
For 15 also.
Same motion for item number 15.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 16.
Receive, file, and the matter be held on the order of business and referred to the council as a committee of the whole. Same motion for item number 17. And that will be the order.
Item number 18.
I'm sorry. Receive and file, and that will be the order. Please read the add-ons.
Item number 1, 1st District.
Receive, file, and refer to the council as a committee of the whole, and that will be the order.
Item number 2, 6th District.
Receive, file, and the temporary expansion of the liquor license premises be approved as requested. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 3, 6th District.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation.
So ordered. County Executive, do you have any? There are no reports of special committees this evening, so we'll move to the public forum. We have 6 speakers this evening. Our first speaker is Ron Williams. I'd like to remind you that we are limited to 3 minutes, please. Ron Williams.
Hello, my name is Ron Williams, and I'm here representing the Earth Ethics Committee of the St. Louis Ethical Society. We're concerned about the Ameren dependence on coal-fired power is detrimental to our community, and Earth Ethics is committed to calling upon Ameren to transition away from dependence of coal-fired power. We've drafted a letter, and I have it here, calling upon you to stand with us for a just transition to cleaner energy sources. I ask that you can do all that you can to address the pollution from Ameren's Merrimack coal plant. Consider 3 steps that you, the county council, could take that would protect St. Louis County citizens' overall health. Number 1, if we could urge the Missouri Department of Natural Resources to implement a Clean Air Act, which would decrease sulfur dioxide emissions to safer levels for residents. Number 2, call on the Department of Natural Resources to require groundwater monitoring at all current and also future coal ash disposal sites. And number 3, reject new coal ash landfill proposals until at least EPA can determine the safest way to manage these wastes. Thank you for your opportunity to speak before the council. I know you'll all do everything in your power to protect the future health of our citizens.
Thank you. Larry Lazar.
Sir, 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 I'll take that. Yes, I will.
Good evening. My name is Larry Lazar. I'm a Eureka resident, 16 years. I thank you all for your service to our region and to our county. One thing I've noticed in the last 16 years of living in Eureka and 20 years of living in Missouri is that the weather has changed from when I first moved here. The climate is disrupted. It's not the climate that we all knew from many years ago, at least those of you that are of my age. I used to think that climate change was some far-off problem that my distant ancestors would have some great new fancy technology to be able to solve. I was deluding myself. Climate change is now. Climate change is bad. And when I think about the severe weather we're having now, the floods, the drought, the heat, and I extend it out 20 years, 30 years, 50 years to what my kids, our kids, will be facing. And what is our moral and ethical obligation to them, to our own children, to prevent further harm to the climate system? This is our problem. This is not our distant ancestors. It's our problem. It's our responsibility. This is on us. If there is ever an urgent need to cry out for moral action, it's now. And with St. Louis being the headquarters with 5 of the largest coal companies in the country, in the world, this is a community to stand up. What can we do to limit the heat trap and carbon pollution from the St. Louis County coal plants? I don't know the answer to that. I'm hoping you all will help us do whatever we can so that we can look our own kids in the eye in 20 years and did what we said that we did, whatever we could do to prevent further climate disruption. Thank you.
Thank you. Francis, Bob, or Bab?
Francis, Bab.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Frances Babb, and I live in Clarkson Valley, Missouri, out in West St. Louis County. Perhaps some of you all have heard of me. I am the solar panel family that had to sue my city in order to get permission to install my solar energy system. So obviously I have a very strong position on solar energy, probably more so than anybody else in this room. And I've been quoted in the newspaper as to why I have been so gung-ho about putting solar on my property. But I want to share with you a reason that hasn't hit the press, one that's kind of close to home. Back over the past, I'd say 5 years or so, I've had difficulty in the winter months because I would get a really bad chest cold and not really understand what was causing it. And at one time I went to the doctor and I inquired about, what was going on, and she said I had bronchitis. And she asked me if I had asthma growing up as a child, and I said yes, I did. And I didn't understand the correlation, between the asthma and the bronchitis and the fact that I live just a couple of miles away from a coal-fired power plant in the St. Louis region. So now it all makes sense. And what I'm going to encourage you all to do is to be visionaries and not just simply politicians. Being a visionary requires leadership, setting goals, planning ahead, figuring out where we are today and where we want to be going in the future as far as our environment, our climate is concerned, and making tough choices. Choices that may not necessarily get you elected next term, but choices that are the best for the region and the area and the people that you've been elected to do. So what are some of these things I recommend? First of all, I would recommend starting with yourselves. Do your energy audits, invest in wind and solar, commit to doing solar charging stations, retrofit your buildings to make them more energy efficient, and then beyond that, to look about educating your community to come on board with your initiatives. One of the problems I experienced in my community is I was the very first person to go solar, and unfortunately, my house faced the wrong way. It faces south. So I had a real big uphill battle educating my community about the benefits of solar and teaching them that what I was doing was not harmful to them, but was actually in their best interest. So educate your community, adopt energy efficiency building codes, go with what some of the countries or some of the cities out in the West Coast are doing
Please wrap up your comments.
okay, no problem. Pre-wire for solar, do what you can to make tomorrow a better future and to be visionaries and not simply politicians.
Thank you. Tracy Howcoat.
Hello, my name is Tracy Howe-Koch. As a St. Louis County resident, District 4, and a mother of 3, I am concerned about how Ameren's coal plants are impacting our community. As a person of faith and a representative of Missouri Interfaith Power and Light, a group of different faith communities that are advocating towards environmental change, I am concerned that the present and moral injustice of our community as a whole. Coal pollution is one of the most polluting and costly forms of energy that exist. This energy is putting innocent lives at risk and the largest contributor to carbon emissions. There is no threat greater than that of climate pollution and disruption, and I fear for our Missouri's future. I ask the County Council to do all that you can to address the pollution from these coal plants and to urge Ameren to transition away from dirty energy source. I have been fortunate that I was able to put solar panels on my own house. I am doing my part. Ameren needs to step up and do their part too to protect Missouri's environment and citizens. Missouri needs to step out of the past and move forward and move towards the clean energy future. We need to demonstrate that an innovative, healthy, and forward-moving state Missouri can be and not be stuck in the dirty coal past.
Thank you. Andy Knott.
Good evening, and thanks for your time. My name is Andy Knott, and I live in Shrewsbury, and I am the new Beyond Coal campaign representative for the Sierra Club here in Missouri. I've spent the last 28 years of my career working on air quality, water quality, and energy issues. Most recently, I was the executive director of the Watershed Center in Traverse City, Michigan. But I moved here a month ago to take this job because I believe very strongly that these issues are really critical to the future of not just St. Louis County, Missouri, and the country, but the world. Climate change is a major issue. It is the major issue facing us and future generations. I just want to reiterate some of the things that I've heard from other folks here, and hope that you will follow our requests, consider our requests very strongly. You know, sulfur dioxide pollution is a very significant issue with Ameren and causes a lot of health issues in this region. The placement of coal ash landfills in floodplains, such as at Merrimack, pose a significant threat to water quality. There was in June, when we had the flooding, there was an issue with overflowing there at that plant, or at that landfill. So we would ask, I just want to reiterate that we would like to ask the council to support these issues, and to ask if you all could convey your concerns to the DNR in terms of better regulation of coal ash landfills, to the EPA in terms of better carbon rules, better emission limits on carbon pollution, and also in terms of sulfur dioxide pollution. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Donna Seidel.
Good evening. I'm a mother and an Oakville resident, as well as an asthmatic. I've been concerned about the pollution impacts from the Merrimack coal plant. The more I learn, the more I'm concerned about this plant and the health impacts that are a huge risk to our community. I'd like to bring to your attention the following documents, which I will deliver to the clerk for the council members. Contained in here are letters and petitions from local residents, as well as documents obtained via Sunshine Request. The reports are stamped, received June 13th of this year. They're dated June 10th, 2013, from Ameren Electric to the Missouri Department of Natural Resources. And these state that on June 4th, a week earlier, that the Merrimack coal plant on Fine Road released an unauthorized discharge from their coal ash ponds due to flooding of both the Mississippi and the Merrimack rivers. The report states that it took 24 hours for the flow, which contains arsenic, lead, and mercury, to be stopped. That would be mid-morning of June the 4th until mid-morning June the 5th. And that the ash flow crossed Fine Road and also went into a storm ditch that was reported being full. The report further states that Ameren believes that this had no significant adverse impact on the receiving water body or the environment. To me, this brings up a plethora of questions. Why was the public not notified? Wasn't in any of the newspapers, wasn't on the news channels, didn't even show up on our monthly bill. Was that nearby school, Rogers Elementary, were they notified? Any nearby residents? Lots of new homes going up down there. Was there any formal cleanup that was done? We don't know, but we do know that it only takes about a drop of mercury to contaminate an entire lake. So how much did Ameren discharge? More importantly, though, this was not even a 100 or a 500-year flood. What happens during the next 100-year flood? Will Rogers Elementary be swimming in coal ash? What happens when Ameren eventually shuts down this plant? Are they just going to put a cap on it, lock the door, and leave? Someone here needs to be holding them accountable for cleaning up the site, making sure that the county isn't liable for the damage in the future, because, face it, it's going to take forever for that stuff to go away, and we're not going to be able to develop the land. More recently, though, County 911 records show that there was a little fire at the plant on August 27th. Wasn't so little. It required not one, not two, but 3 fire districts to respond, with over 10 pieces of equipment from fire and rescue and 40 firefighter and paramedic personnel, 2 hours, over 2 hours to contain the situation. Is this ever going to happen again? What else do we not know about our neighbors to the south?
That's 3 minutes, Madam Chair.
I will wrap this up. Ameren has requested to build a new coal ash landfill. The flooding this summer has proven that the site is unsafe for coal ash storage. The flooding risk is not a matter of if, but when. Coal ash does not belong in our floodplains or near our communities. Illinois has cited them for groundwater contamination, and now they're preying on Missouri's weak environmental laws. They've handed out glossy flyers at their town hall meetings, but apparently this information didn't make it into those handouts. Please tell Ameren not to use us as their ashtray. Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes the public forum. Introduction of bills.
Bill number 223, introduced by Councilmember Erby for Councilmember Burkett, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to execute a contract with the Missouri Department of Natural Resources for emergency mutual aid. Bill number 224, introduced by Councilmember Erby for Councilmember Burkett, an ordinance appropriating and setting apart the amount of $203,000 from the unappropriated balance of the Police Asset Sharing Fund for purchase of specialized law enforcement equipment. Madam Chair, that's all the bills.
Perfection of bills.
Bill number 8, introduced by Councilmember O'Meara.
Hold, please.
Bill number 8 is held.
Bill number 213, introduced by Councilmember Burkett.
I move to perfect bill number 213.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 213 is perfected.
Bill number 221, introduced by Councilmember Burkett.
I move to perfect bill number 221.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 221 is perfected.
Bill number 222, introduced by Councilmember Dolan.
I move to perfect bill number 222.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 222 is perfected. Final passage of bills.
Bill number 184, introduced by Councilmember Burkett.
Hold, please.
Bill number 158, introduced by Councilmember Erby for Councilmember Burkett.
Hold, please.
Bill number 159, introduced by Councilmember Erby for Councilmember Burkett.
Hold.
Bill number 181, introduced by Councilmember Burkett.
Hold Bill 181, please.
Bill number 216, introduced by Councilmember Burkett.
I move for final passage of bill number 216.
Second.
All in favor, I'm sorry, roll call.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Burkett? Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara? Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger?
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on bill number 216, there are 6 ayes and 1 absent.
Bill number 216 is finally passed.
Bill number 217, introduced by Councilmember Dolan.
I move for final passage of bill number 217.
Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Burkett? Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara? Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger?
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on bill number 217, there are 6 ayes and 1 absent.
Bill number 217 is finally passed.
Bill number 218, introduced by Councilmember Dolan.
I move for final passage of bill number 218.
Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Burkett? Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara? Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger?
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on bill number 218, there are 6 ayes and 1 absent.
Bill number 218 is finally passed.
Bill number 219, introduced by Councilmember Stanger.
I move for final passage of bill number 219. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Burkett? Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara?
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger?
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on bill number 219, there are 6 ayes and 1 absent.
Bill number 219 is finally passed.
Bill number 220, introduced by Councilmember Dolan.
I move for final passage of bill number 220.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Burkett? Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara?
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger?
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Madam Chair, on bill number 220, there are 6 ayes and 1 absent.
Bill number 220 is finally passed.
Madam Chair, we have no resolutions this evening, so we'll move on to unfinished business. Under unfinished business, item number 1.
Hold on the order of business, and that will be the order.
Item number 2.
The appointment of Ms. Marion O'Reilly to the Commission on Disabilities be approved as requested.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 3.
The appointment of Ms. Joan Cronin to the Zoo Museum District, Missouri History Museum Sub-District Board of Commissioners be approved as requested.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 4.
hold on the order of business, and that will be the orders.
Item number 5, Fifth District.
Contract in an amount not to exceed $122 million be awarded to KCI Construction Company Incorporated, the successful proposer in the design-build procurement process, and authorizing a $1 million incentive bonus as specified during the procurement process. I further move to delete from the requested authorization the amount of $4 million, which is attributable to the potential change orders, and a copy of this report be sent to the interested party.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 6.
The appointment of Dr. Ravi Johar to the County Health Advisory Board be approved,
Sorry.
be approved as requested.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Moving on to new business, Madam Chair, we have 2 prepared orders this evening.
I move for adoption of orders 1 and 2.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. We had a second. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Move we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.